Hello, this is Marius from Pyramid Software. I'm a partner inside the company, and I would like to make a presentation today of the new version RAW Workshop 3.2. This application has evolved very much in the last year, and I think it's time to make a general presentation. The application is started. I will connect to my demo database using a user and password. Right now I have a demo database that is available also on the download editions or in demo edition and ultralight edition with 11 profile systems with aluminum, PVC and wood profile system. After the application, after login, I can create a new project. RAW Workshop is able to generate different type of projects. Offer is an estimation that you made to your customers. Production edition is production project is a combination of offers that became orders and you want to combine in order to make optimization to get better results. Post-production project is not yet used. It will be used in the next versions. And window library is project that contains windows that are already made, and you can use it in the design by simply changing the quotations. I will start with an offer project. As you can see, I have several windows open. So far I have Project Explorer, I have the properties window. This is my project window in this area with project code, project name, description, another type of information. All this information is optional. On the right top side I have the Project Explorer, which will show me what I am working on. Right now I have an empty project, and this is the property window. Based on my selection, the objects will display properties here and I can make changes. So let's get back to our offer project. I have the code and the name. I can complete information about the customer. I can type in the information or I can choose the customer from a database. After that, I have to select the materials I want to set as default materials on the current project. RAW Workshop is able to compute PVC, aluminum and wood. I will work mostly on aluminum because it is a material more complex, but in the same way you can do windows in PVC or wood, even inside the same project. I have I have to select the profile system that I want to use. In this case, I will let aluminum profile system. The raw color that I will want to use, 1026, for example. Type of glass. As soon as I set my default materials, I can add a new component like this. This option is also available if I right click on the project or if I use the project menu. Right now I have a project with one component, but this component is empty. The design sheet is empty. So let's start by selecting the shape. This is the first step when designing a window with RAW Workshop. I can do like this and I get the default shape as a rectangle. You have to understand the way RAW Workshop is designed. This is a design sheet, and based on your selection you will see properties here. When I click first time on this frame, you can see the entire frame, all four sides are selected. The green is the selection color. I have here all the properties of the frame, like length, height, type of material, profile system that is used, another type of information. If I want, I can change something by clicking the right property. If I click again on this element, for example, only the bottom part of the frame is selected, so I can make changes only on this element. Also, the properties have changed. As you can see right now, I can see the element length, which is 1000. I can see the cutting angles left and right. I can see the profile code. For example, if I want to design a door with a threshold, I would like to change the frame on the bottom part with a threshold profile. So all I have to do is to select the bottom part of the frame, scroll down in my frame profiles and select something like this. As you will see, automatically RAWShop changed the cutting pattern of these profiles. In RAWShop, we do our best to make our software as user-friendly as possible. So we try to implement as many commands that are familiar to the user. Some of them are undo, redo, and copy paste. You can copy paste everything and anywhere, even Windows design. You can take it from the application and paste it in the Word file, or you can undo any change. So I will undo my change, and right now I have the same frame as the other three. RAWShop is able to compute also irregular shapes, so I will delete this one and I can add a shape like this one. The list that is here is just the common list of irregular shape, but you can access this button here that will allow you to open this window with all types of shapes that RAWShop is able to compute. Every time, all you have to do is to select an element and after that change the dimension. You can select the quotation and click something like this. If the design pattern it's not in our list shape, there is also a chance that you can design a window with RAWShop. If you have the proper edition, you have access to a custom shape and you can do something like this, design your own shape. Like this, for example, let's add a arc height of 200. Okay, and right now I have a window and I can make splittings and edit the quotations, something like this. Let's get back to a simple shape, the rectangle. You can change the properties in the property window like 1200, or you can click on the quotation and edit it on the design sheet. The second step is to add splitters. We have some usual splitters like this. I'm selecting the inner area where the splitter is going to be placed and I can do like this. Or I have also a custom tool that will allow me to do multiple splitting at the same time. 3, 2, and I can obtain something like this. Sorry, I didn't select the inner zone. That's why it put it on a different frame. Okay. Or now let's put it like this. Or you can have a custom splitting and you can do like this. Of course, you have perfect control of this, where this mullion is placed, because you have here both end of the mullion and you can control the quotation where is going to be placed. Let's delete this and do something that is simpler, because I want to do something that is easy to do and it's found often in your estimations. I will keep my vertical mullion. I will change the quotation just to see that it's possible to readjust the mullion. And now I will add the sash. There are different types of wings that you can use. I will add a tilt and turn window. And right now I have my first window. If I want to change something on the sash, for example, all I have to do is select it and go to the properties and change what I'm interested in. For example, I can make it open to the left. Okay. Now I have my first window. Let's add quickly some other windows, and after that we will go to the reports. Let's add, for example, a door that I want to do like this. Let's change the color on this element. I will change also the fittings plan because I want my software to compute a special combination of hardware that is for doors. If I want, I can also do something like this and come with a second mullion that is parallel to the third one, and here I can do something like this in the middle. Okay. Shop is able to compute different elements, not only windows and doors. So with Shop, it is able to do also inset screen, all type of inset screens, and all type of shutters. So I will add a roller shutter first. With this, you need to have a proper profile system in the database, but this is how a roller shutter looks like. And also I will add a roller inset screen like this. Okay, so right now, as you can see, we have 4 components inside our project. We can see it also like this. What I would like to design also is some sliding windows. So I will add a new component. I will go in my materials and change my profile system because I need a sliding system like this. And after that, go to the design page and hit this sliding wing button. I'm getting a warning right now because the glass that I have on this project does not fit properly in the sliding window, but I will ignore it so far. Now, Shop is able to compute all type of sliding, 3 wings, 4 wings, as many wings as you want. So in order to add more wings, you have to select the sash and you have 2 properties here, number of wings and number of tracks. The number of tracks is computed automatically based on the frame. You can change it because you can always add a profile and add a new track to the main track. And you have to type in the number of wings. So I am putting here 3 sashes. As you can see, right now I have 3 wings. I can select the sash again and put 4 wings like this. If I want one of them to be fixed, I can select it and put it like this. Status, no, wing type fixed sliding. Okay, now I have a custom sliding window. Shop also makes some checks when you design windows and doors, and checks if the shape of the profile allows you to get some angle, some type of join, if the glass fits inside the sash. Right now, for example, I have some warning telling me that the glass will not fit inside this sash. This sash is for single glass only, so in order to get rid of this warning, I will have to change my glass to something like this. And as you can see, my warnings are gone. Let's see what we have so far. Again, we have a project with this window. What is interesting about Shop is that the windows are already computed. So if I go to this window, for example, in the consumption tab, I can see the materials. This is the bill of materials with different information that I want to use. I can customize the columns from a list with different information that I have. I can view it in this information can be viewed in different ways. For example, I can see the cutting dimension, of course, if you have the right edition. I can see the 2D cuttings, which means glass size. But the best part of this is that information here is editable. So if a customer is ready to pay for a better hinge or a better handle, you can remove the elements that are already computed from the standard fitting recipe, and you can replace it with elements from your database. So I can go here to my database, find my element and say, okay, I want this element to be added in the material consumption, and I will need 2 pieces. And this element will be inserted in a red color. I can make changes to an element, and also let's take this one for example and say, okay, this price is not okay for me and I want to put it €1. And of course I can go and delete some profiles or fittings if it's necessary. Now let's run the first and the most important report, if you ask me, the client offer. This is how the report will look like. I will make you a presentation first, and after that I will describe it. The report has contact information, your company logo, the title of the report, of course you can change this, information of the customer if you complete it on the project. After that you can optionally you can put a text, we call it main text. It is placed between the title and the first of first window, and at the end you can place a end text, something like payment methods, how much this offer is going to be available, things like that. Each window is presented with drawing and quotations, information about materials, and information about the values computed, like price of the joinery, price of the insect screen if it's available for shutters, unit price, quantity, and total value. At the end, you have some statistics and the total amount. The report has a list of display options, and you can select what you are interested in seeing in this report. So you can customize your report with these options. For companies that work with dealers, there is also a report called dealer offer. It looks similar to the client offer, but the prices are computed differently. From our point of view, a dealer is a company that buys the windows and doors already made from the factory and takes care only of the installation. So right now the dealer can see how much he has to pay to the factory by using the dealer offers. Basically the price here is the cost of the dealer without his margins. Now let's get to the inside the production reports. We have window panel. This report shows all the windows with drawings and without prices, because it's a production project. Prices are not showed, but you see all the materials that are used. This report will show your team in the factory what they have to manufacture for a certain customer. Sometimes when you get projects that are discussed in different ways and you do not want your customer to see the price for each window, you can use this report as an offer also, because the price of the windows is not shown. Next report is bill of material. This is also very important because it will contain all the materials computed by the software. If a profile or an accessory or some fitting is not in this report, it means that the software didn't compute it, and you have to see why. If a window is too expensive or on the contrary too cheap, the bill of materials is the proper place to investigate if all the materials are computed correctly and if all the materials have the right prices. The bill of material report contains the code, name, quantity with or without loss, price and values. You can use this report also in your accounting system to subtract from your stock the current materials because are used in the current project. This project contains information about all the materials that are computed by our workshop, including glass, insect screen, everything that is defined in the database, and it is used in the current project. Next report is cutting quotations. This report shows you the dimension that you need for each segment in order to manufacture this project. You have the code, the name, quantity, number of pieces, dimension you have to cut, and the angles, right and left. All the profiles are here, and also at the end you will see the dimension of the glass. This is the exact dimension of glass that you have to order to your suppliers, and this is the dimension that you need to put inside the window. So basically you can place your glass order as soon as you start working on the joinery, and by the time you finish the joinery your supplier maybe will return with your glass order. Let's design. In order to show you the next report I have to design some curved segment, so I will do a window like this. Okay, let's get back to the reports. Just to make things more interesting, I will make this window in PVC. So no, this is the default materials on the project. I'm interested in changing this component only, so I'm selecting the component and I go to the materials tab and put it on PVC opening system, and let's have something golden oak for example. It looks like this. Okay, now let's get back to the report that I wanted to show you, which is arc details. In PVC, for example, in order to obtain a curved segment with this dimension, which is computed by the software, you need to cut a bigger segment. So this report arc details will tell you the length of the straight segment that you need in order to obtain a curved segment of a certain length. So this is useful for all type of materials, but most for aluminum and PVC. Execution plan is a combination of previous reports. You have the drawing with the quotations, you have the information about the materials without the price of the window, and after that you have all the information that you need in order to manufacture this window. You have the cuttings, code, description, dimension, angles, and position. B up means it's in the B area on the upper part. So you have the cuttings of the profiles, frame, sash, mullion, glazing bead. You have the fittings and accessories. As you can see, corner joints, gasket, brushes, hardware, and at the end you have the dimension of the glass and where the glass is going to be put. Next, you have other window or door. Let's go to cutting optimization now. Cutting optimization is an algorithm that will tell you the order in which you should cut the profiles so you use less material. So I will start my optimization. There are different ways to optimize a project. I won't go into details right now. It depends on what type of optimization do you want. If your company has CNC machines and you want to optimize only the straight segments, if you would make optimization with or without stock, I will keep my standard options and make an optimization without stock. Now to make things a little more interesting, let's put 10 pieces of this element, and I have now, this is other type of information. Okay, 10 pieces it's enough. Start. Okay, and go to reports, production, cutting optimization. Let's select a frame. This is a curved frame. You see the name of the profile, the code. This is the cutting tolerance, 20 millimeters. How much it is lost when the blade cuts through the profiles. And this is the cutting pattern, what you see here. Basically, we have a 6-meter bar length. This is the way the profile is delivered. And we have a cutting tolerance. Below we have two type of information. You can see it as a table and you can see it as a drawing. Basically we have to cut one piece of this length, and this piece is from component number 1 on the upper part. We have to cut next this piece 1000 millimeters, and it's from the down part. The H and D comes from hinge and drainage. So this is what those black points on the drawing also. If a segment has to be screwed, so it has drainage on it, it is marked on the drawing also in the table. If a segment, for example a sash, has a hinge, it is marked on the top part with a small black dot. Some of our customers like to see only the drawing of the bars, so you can go to options and choose only graphic report, and it will look like this. As you can see, there are 3 types of segments. The white one, which are the elements that are optimized, the green ones, and these are reminders. The reminders are segments that have a length big enough that is going to be used later, and the red hachure are segments that by the definition of the profile are moved as waste, something that is not going to be used later because the dimension is too small. So this is the cutting optimization report. I can assure you that this is one of our strongest points, and having this option in your application will help you save a lot of money. Now, based on the optimization and the bill of materials, you can also generate production order reports. So let's start with profile order. Based from the optimization, you can generate an order report that contains the code of the profile, the name, number of bars you need to purchase, the length of the bar, and the quantity of meter that you are going to buy. If you access the options of this report, you will see that this report can be showed also with values, and you can see the price for each profile bar. In a similar way, you can have fittings order, code of the fittings, name and quantity. If you want, you can apply values to the quantities. And glass order. As you can see, here I have the dimension of glass, length and height. I have the number of pieces. I have the surface in square meters and the total surface. There are some windows in my project that have irregular shape. This means that my glass supplier won't be able to design my order only based on L and H parameters. So For these shapes, which are irregular, I have here only the surface, and the raw workshop is telling me that it is irregular and I should use another report. The other report that I need is glass panel. Similar to window panel, I have a glass panel report that shows me the glass, the drawing of the glass only. Because the rectangular glass will be ordered through the glass order, I can access the options and filter to have only irregular shapes. Now, if I don't understand some of the parameter for this glass, or I want to make my order clear, I can also run this report in a detailed way. So I will have each shape on one page only. So my supplier now has all the information that he needs to provide me with these pieces of glass. This detailed option is also available in window panel, so I can also do like this and access an option like this, show detailed report, and I will have windows, one window on one page only. This is useful when you have multiple joints of windows and doors, and you don't see the quotation very clearly, and you can run the report in a detailed option and you can see it better. I have only one other report to show you, which is full order. It's a combination of previous reports. I can put in one report the bars for profiles optimized. I can have the fittings and I can have the glass. If I want to remove some category here, I can access my options and select the elements that I don't want to show in this report. Okay, this report is very useful if you are a profile manufacturer. If your company sells profiles, you most probably sell also fittings, accessories and hardware. So if a customer asks you for a quote, how much would cost the material for this project, and please send me the bill of materials, you can design the project, you can make optimization, and after that send him the profile order optimized and the fittings and accessories. Basically, these are the reports that RAW Workshop is able to generate right now. We are working to add new reports in the next version. And in the end, I would like to show you some cool design features that not many of you know. And I want to use this presentation to remind you of these features. Let's put 2003 color. Okay, now you can do joints in RAW Workshop. So you can add a door, you can add a window. As you can see, if you click on the sash button, it will design along with the frame and everything else. In order to make a join, I will select one side of the window, keep my control key on my keyboard, select this element and press a join button. Of course, I can add another window, let's say a fixed panel, and 500. This one I can place it on the left side of the door like this, and I can go on and I can change the I can change everything. I can add new windows and join it. What is also nice is that I can adjust the way where the window is going to be placed. I typed 100 instead of 1000. Okay, something like this. You can also, if you have this and you want to place a mullion like this, you can control in a perfect way how this mullion is going to be placed. In general, we want to place the mullion here, but we do not know what is the quotation where this mullion has to be placed. So I can use a tool that will show me the points. A, B are the points on the profile chamber. B and C is the way place where the glazing bit is going to be placed in the same way here. And I can say, okay, I want A to be aligned with point number 2. And I can do like that, and everything is okay right now. So this is what raw workshop is able to do. I hope you like the presentation, and if you have questions, you know how to contact us. Thank you very much.